failure is not just an option, it is a necessity sometimes. Hey, hi, I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by my channel. This is a big passion of mine, weirdly, failure and the sharing of failure. We can't have success without failure. We can't grow without being willing to fail, without not just being willing to fail, but without setting out to experiment in ways that are most probably going to fail. But in doing that, we learn something that we didn't know we were going to learn or didn't know we were going to have to learn. So similarly to like doing something that's a little uncomfortable and then or maybe working a job that you don't love, you gain a new skill or you meet a new person that leads to the next great thing. Or I just drew a blank. Being willing to draw a blank in your videos so that you can just crunch forward and produce authentic content, which is what I'm doing here. You got to be willing to fail. You got to be willing to be foolish sometimes. You got to be willing to not get it right all the time. And I was just listening to an audiobook about conversation, regaining conversation, and it really struck me that I like what she said, the author said about conversation being a reciprocal, imperfect give and take thing. I'm totally paraphrasing. None of those are her words, I don't think. But that it's not perfect. That the whole point of conversation is that it's real time and it shows your own filters, your own humanity. That's part of the package, man. I think we owe ourselves and each other that. And if we don't like what we see, then we can make changes. But to lie to ourselves, to filter too much of the time, to only show the perfection, to only show the success and not celebrate some of the failure is doing ourselves a disservice. That's what I think. I have a quote written down here by Stephen Hawking, which says, "The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, it's the illusion of knowledge." And I was adding to that, you have to have a willingness to not know before you can learn something. If you are sure you know and your mind is clamped down on what you know, then you're not going to open your mind enough to learn something new, to gain, maybe broaden your perspective. Here's another great thing. You don't have to be wrong in order to change your perspective. Maybe there's just more information. So I think people are resistant often to other people's perspectives or ideas because we're like afraid, the ego is afraid to give up what it's sure it knows. So it's like, nah, I already know everything there is to know about that, so I'm not going to listen to anything you have to say, or I already know what you're going to say, so I'm not going to pay any attention. Yet, if we just suspend all that belief and disbelief and just pay attention, listen, we might learn something. That's what I think about that. I'd love to know in the comments, do you celebrate failure? Do you fear failure? Do you hate it when you fail? Do you love it when you fail? Let me know in the comments below. Question of the day, how do you feel about failure? How does it feel to you when you fail? I would love to know. If you care to share, please do. And if you want to connect with me in any of the other social venues, I'm on most of them. And you can also find ways to support me. I don't know what I'm doing here with my hands. I'm getting ready to leave out the door. That's why I got my scarf and this is actually just my house coat, and it's a little chilly out there, so we'll see. I may have to switch to my jacket. Anyway, you can find other ways to connect to me and ways to support me in the description. And until next time, I wish you peace, prosperity, lightheartedness, love, laughter, Don't forget to play every day and drive forward.